Like the Ezekiel from Mount, where you come under the head, grab, and crush the trachea, right? Which is great. But I like the Ezekiel from the back as well, which I think is a little bit less common. You have your seatbelt. If this arm starts getting real deep, you start to reach behind and hit the choke under the arm. But you're probably not going to hit it just from right here. But we're here. And let's say we go to the choking hand side, and we're here working for our choke, but Brian's giving us trouble. I'm not able to get my hand in deep. So here, what I can start to do is dip my shoulder under this armpit. So I'm here working for the neck, I start to dip deep. Now I'm gonna forefinger deep and bring my hand behind the head. You can use fist or open palm. Right? Whatever feels most comfortable. Here, I just start pushing down. I lean this way and get my submission. And I lean because I want to push their shoulder into their neck. We start to go here. I come over. I throw my arm under. And I want to start attacking from here. I'm in that same position. I'm going to get my head low, dip my shoulder as deep as I can, make my grip here. Now I like to slide my knee higher, pushing down, pulling, so it's two motions, not just down, but like, I actually think the bottom arm coming up is more important. So here, and leaning toward the head, and I get the choke. But anytime you find yourself here, people are real cognizant of this one. So I can start reaching low, attacking here. I like this because it's available from a lot of positions. Like real common, you start to leg drag, the guy goes to like push you. You're right into this same position. This side, like especially when guys are trying to defend, you don't even necessarily have to get your hand all the way across the neck. Often, just kind of being here is enough because guys are going to defend. So it's a little painful on your partner's neck. Sometimes it's crank, sometimes it's choke, often it's both. Try to make it as choky as possible, but you know, that's life. It's great too because his defense is to like try to put his shoulder blades on the floor. Oh, cool. Now he's in the arm triangle. His defense to that is to turn away from me and try to get his shoulder blades off the floor. Oh, cool. I'm back to this. If I feel like whatever reason it's not working, I can just keep it. Knee high, step over, use it to take the back, and still try to finish. Oh, it's not working? All right, now I'm just back to my regular seatbelt. If he feels me starting to reach through, a common reaction is to try to put his shoulder back to the floor. And if I bring my head up and the elbow comes out wide, we've lost everything we worked for. So Gilbert starts to go. I keep my head tight to the shoulder. Now here, what most people do wrong is they notice my shoulder's like right over Gilbert's face. They try to squeeze the guy here, which is painful, but we're not going to choke the guy unconscious. So here, I'm in, my head's keeping pressure, and I scoop my body down until my shoulder's like under his armpit. Here now, when I press, Gilbert's not going to feel it on his face. From here, I want to start getting this arm deep. You can almost like spider walk it, or you can use your other arm to help pull it in. What I'm going to do is I like to, sorry, Gilbert, let's turn this sideways a little bit so you can see this. So in here, I start to pull it. I like to use my head to lift their shoulder over. You can even use your hand. Now I pull my arm underneath their shoulder. From here, we can even finish from mount. I start to sink in, my shoulder, I push to my hand. Try not to like drive forward, drive down. I can use my toes to kind of drive in a little and get my finish. A lot of people like going like to the rear naked choke grip. I feel that's more of a crank than a pure choke. And I feel this is easier. Also, look how my elbow comes down. What's worse, Gilbert? This. So that little difference, it just kind of pulls. So we're hitting the vein as opposed to the jaw and the neck. 2. So we're like here. Boom, on triangle, where it starts to go. So I get low. Hand tight and deep. My head's pressing into it. I get tight. If I feel his jaw, I scoot down. If I want to, I'll release the pressure a little bit. If I want to move to side control, I try to do a small movement with my leg. I bring my knee and I come over and push his legs away. Now I come, pull in, and I get my choke. Talk to your partner a little bit as you're putting pressure. If you're, tell them, like, it's on my face, scoot down. I think of it as like a tube of toothpaste. It's hard to squirt from the top after you get the first little bit out, so you gotta go down and push it up. So, toothpaste until their brains shoot out the top of their head. You have long arms. It's not a bad position to attack from here. Sometimes I'll go like a cross collar grip. We talked about when if I have backpack and I want to transition to a seatbelt, it's good to cross collar, so I have some form of control on both shoulders when I go to attack here. A lot of times, especially if I'm doing a good job grabbing my wrist here, is I'll bring my hand back and go horse collar. Now I can start driving my shoulder deep, make my grip, and finish it there. This also just gives a really strong control, because you can pull them back into you, and like this elbow kind of keeps control on this shoulder blade, so you have a nice connection. You can also now use that to transition to an arm bar as well, just off of that. So I can just maintain position, keeping my head close. We talked a lot about like my bicep and my head, keeping his head in a cage so that he doesn't have room to move around. That'll stop a lot of these escapes. When I'm out here relaxed, much more escape room. So we start to fall, and I twist so I land on my elbow. So don't fall to your shoulder. If you do fall to your shoulder, look what happens to the hands. I fall out of position. Maybe I get the rear naked, but probably not if he's gonna fight. So I sit up on my elbow. Look at my hand, much better position. So my hand opens right under the throat. My other hand's gonna hold the collar. I like to just keep it like this, right? He's gonna try to lower his jaw and block. It's pretty strong. I curl the lapel, more comfortable grip on my fingers, and also harder for him to break. Often, if I just grab like this and he grabs his collar, grab your, and just yank, because that's where the fingers open. Here, much stronger, because now when he pulls, hard. Here now I can grab this bottom collar, start pulling my elbow back and down, not up by the head, but down by my ribs, and I drive my chest forward and just kind of pull down on this one. And I can get the choke. Think of like you're gonna whisper something in his ear too. It just naturally brings you closer. I can get here. I can also bring my hand high and fall behind. What we tend to see people do is we grab here and we fall back to our shoulder and try to pull, and it feels stronger, but there's this little triangle hole right here that Tristan now can start to turn his head into. Pull the elbow, pull the elbow, the other elbow. Yeah, and he escapes, and I lose the choke. So that's why when I was here, I stayed close. If I bring this hand behind, I can fall back because my hand closes off his head from going through that triangle. Sorry, buddy. Here, now I can lean back and get my finish. Poor Tristan. I can get this grip, say he starts escaping over this bottom hook. Same little thing, I take my hook out, bring my chest up, knee high, elbow to my hip. Here's like a really common place people lean their elbow and go to grab like a bow and arrow. Their elbow flares and the head comes out. So by bringing here, no elbow flare. I can finish the choke here. I can finish here still. We can go into our bow and arrow. We talked about this earlier in the month about this leg. Oh, go loose on you. Often we'll grab like the leg and we sit back here. And we can pull the guy all the way over and get there. But some guys who have really good defense, as we go to pull, they shoot their weight back. on top of our leg. And we end up here, and the grip starts to break, and they can escape. Because we're bringing their weight over our leg. Go loose. So what I like to do is kind of lean and come up on my toe. Now as I sit back, no weight on my leg, my arm's blocking him from jumping in that space. I can collapse on here and now finish. Or switch to here. I don't like to go into the collar too early. I feel like guys start defending the hands really good then. So I just, now I go into the collar. Boom. First finish. 1, 2. Release. Go loose. He'll start walking over the bottom hook. I come up, elbow tight, can reach. I come up on my toe by leaning, step. We have our finish. So if we have to worry about 5 submissions in a row, probably one of them will catch it. One thing that's, especially if you're fighting someone real strong, I like to try to grab this bottom arm sometimes and pull this arm off the floor. Move around, Tristan. Pretty easy to hold them. They have this arm to move with. Start moving around. You can create more space. So scoop in here, like you can grab the sleeve if you get under the tricep. That's really hard to deal with. You can even like go both arms here if you're fighting someone real strong. Sound good? Ready to try? 1, 2.